Morning, guys. Ronnie here. I'm glad you're able to join us for this video. We have been going through a series of videos as we journey together through lockdown, and it is my hope, my prayer, that the things that we're talking about will be a source of hope and support and encouragement to you. I know this time of isolation can be a difficult time for many people, many families. So if you like the videos, please consider subscribing to this channel. We're going to continue, even after lockdown, we're going to continue to post some videos that I hope will be a help to you. We said at the outset that we were going to pick 8 topics, and today we have reached topic number 7. And if you want to just recap on all 8 topics, go back to episode number 1, watch that one again, and you'll see the different topics. But today we're going to talk about wealth. Last time we talked about health. I know that was a good support to many of you. Thanks for your kind comments and calls that you sent through. But today we're going to talk about wealth, and the title of this video is The 5 Keys to Successful Money Management. And so again, I feel that given my life experiences that I have something to share with you. And I know during lockdown, finances has been a struggle for many people. I talk to many different people that have different perspectives. Some people have been saving up their money, looking forward to when the shops are open. It doesn't seem to be any financial pressure except what they're going to spend their money on after lockdown. But I know for many more people, there's the seriousness of financial pressure. Many people have been on a furlough, which is a lower salary than normal, and some of you have had extra expenses during lockdown, which has caused extra financial pressure for your family. So the keys that I want to talk to you about today are something I hope will be a help to you as you continue this journey. And even after lockdown, I think these are important keys that will help you moving forward with how you plan your finances. So the 5 keys that I want to talk about today. Number 1, and this is probably fundamental, this is foundational to everything else that we want to talk about. Number 1 is you need to live according to a budget. You need to set a budget. Now that might sound very, very simple, but for me it's very surprising that so many people do not live by a budget. They just go from month to month hoping that there's going to be enough money to pay the bills. I want to encourage you today that if you want to be successful with your management of your money, you need to set and establish a budget. Now, it's not rocket science, but it does involve taking a little bit of time. And I would encourage you to take a pen and a piece of paper and write down 2 columns. One on the left-hand side, you write down your income. For many people, that's just your salary, or various incomes that you may have could include, I don't even know, it's a long time since I got any family allowance or tax credits, any of those things. I don't know if those are still applicable to you, but add everything down the left hand side to give you your total monthly income. And then on the right hand side, and this is important, that you need to write down all your outgoings, and that can be quite a long list, but it's important that you try and remember everything that is outgoing so that you can establish it into your budget. For me, I was brought up in a home where my mother kept many lists, and so whenever I got married and through my adult life, I've always kept regular lists of outgoing. So there's no bill arrives through my letterbox that is a surprise to me. Everything has been budgeted, everything is planned for. So I would encourage you to write down all of those things that are going out of your checkbook on a monthly basis. For example, your mortgage, your rent, that's probably one of the biggest things of concerning outlay. You have your rates, you have petrol, you have your telephone, you have electric, you have your house insurance, you have your car insurance, you have your car tax, you have car depreciation, you have TV license, you have heating oil, and for most of us, we like to go on a holiday. So I want to encourage you that you sit down and write a budget so that you can designate how much of your salary, of your income, goes on those different things. Now, one of the things that I have taught people for many years is that financial pressure and problems and financial freedom is a very small, it's a narrow line between the two. So I always give this anomaly. It's if in a story where you have earned £100 a week and you spend £101 a week, then you're heading for financial disaster. If you say earn the same £100 and spend £99 per week, then you're headed towards financial freedom. And literally there's only £2 a difference between the two scenarios. And so I want to encourage you, whenever you have written down this list, that you make sure that the column on your left, your income, exceeds the column on your right. If on the right your list is bigger, is higher figures than what's on your left, you're in trouble. And you really need to assess your spending. And so that's the first thing I said. It seems simple. We've took quite a few minutes to establish this first key, but I think it's foundational to you having successful money management is living by a budget. You need to make plans for your spending, how much income you have, how much expenditure you have on a monthly basis. And don't forget, some things you only pay quarterly. If it's quarterly and you're paid monthly, you need to divide that by 3 so you put it in. Some things you pay annually. So say for your house insurance, if it costs £150 per year, then you need to put that into your monthly budget so that you're taking care of that bill whenever it eventually comes. So that's the first key to successful money management, is living by a budget. So please do that little exercise today. Write down your income on one side, write down your outgoings on the other, and make sure your income is a higher figure than your outgoings. Simple but important. Number 2 is get rid of debt. Now, for me, I say, speaking to a lot of people, debt is a curse on society. And having said that, there's a lot of financial commentators would tell you that all debt is bad. And I'm not one that thinks that way. I think there's good debt and there's bad debt. Good debt is whenever you borrow money to put into an asset which is appreciating in value. So, for example, if you borrow money for a mortgage to buy your house, that is an appreciating asset. So that to me is not bad debt, that is good debt. Bad debt is where you put money on your credit card to buy things that you don't really need or cannot afford. And so that is a depreciating liability. Borrowing money on a depreciating liability is bad debt. And so I want to encourage you to try to get rid of debt. Don't live according to this. It's unbelievable. I'll do more videos on this, but the amount of money that you're ripped off by whenever you buy things on credit, it's unbelievable in comparison to if you had saved the money in your budget to buy the things with cash. So I want to encourage you to get rid of debt, especially credit cards. Now, I will be making other videos around credit cards. I personally believe that there is a place for credit cards in people's lives, but you need to be financially savvy. You need to be financially in control of your money. If you're not paying off your credit card in full every month, then a credit card is a bad idea. As a matter of fact, if you're paying any interest at all on your credit card, it's a bad idea. Get rid of your credit card. Credit cards are the most expensive way to borrow money. If you need to borrow money, do not borrow on a credit card. So that's good debt, bad debt. Get rid of debt. Unless it's going into debt to purchase and appreciate an asset, do not go into debt to purchase a liability which is actually decreasing in value. The third key to successful financial money management is to surround yourself with financially savvy people. Now, that might not be all that easy, because it's important that we surround ourselves with the right people. In the very first topic that we talked about in spiritual things, I talked about the importance of having good people around you, people that encourage you, people that speak positive things into your life. And I think around finances, this is again so important. Surround yourself with financially savvy people, people that will give you good advice concerning money. I sometimes think of the idea that if all my friends were people who drank Coke and ate donuts all day, you know what? I would end up just like that. And I think in the same in finances, if you hang about with people most of your time, and it's people that want to have the latest TV, that want to buy into the latest iPhone, the newest model, all of those things, then your struggle is to become that. You might become like that. And I want to suggest that you need to surround yourself with people that will help you make good decisions around your finances. And so try and look out for those people. If we can help in any way, please write a comment below, and we'd love to be a help or support or encouragement to you as you try to sort out your financial planning. Number 4, and our time is gone. Number 4 is save and invest for your future. Now, I'm not talking here about saving up for a holiday. Saving up for a holiday should be in your budget, number 1. Whenever we talk about saving and investing for your future, we're talking about long-term investing for your later in life. And that could be whenever your children grow up and need help with buying a house. It could mean that you're thinking about your retirement and how you're going to live comfortable whenever you have no more income. So I want to encourage you that number 4 key to successful money management is that you save and invest for your future, long term. So this is money that you're putting away for the long term. It's not money that you're going to... Everybody should have an emergency fund. Everybody needs to budget for annual things like holidays or insurance policies or whatever that might be. But this one is talking about the long term. And as we all know, it's a waste of time putting your money in the bank. There's no interest available, so you don't want to do that for long-term investing. My personal opinion is that the stocks and shares ISA is the most appropriate. Now, I am not a financial advisor, so please don't be going by what I tell you. Seek your own financial advice. But for me personally, the best way to save and invest for your future is through a stocks and shares ISA. An ISA is something that our government has set up so that it's totally free from all income tax, capital gains tax, and it is, I know this, the terms are used that the stock market can go up and down, and it can. So you need to take financial advice into what you... But in general, if you look back at the stock market over the last 50 years, it averages that it goes up from 6 to 8% per year. So that's the sort of thing that you need to be looking at for your long-term investments. Again, if you want any more help with that, we're not financial advisors, but we'd love to help to give you more of our experiences in help saving and investing for your future. And number 5, this has been the longest video, and I hope if you're still watching it, thank you for your patience. Number 5 is be generous. Be generous. Now you might be thinking, Ronnie, how can I be generous? I've just done my budget and there's nothing left at the end of the month. Well, I want to encourage you that you adjust your budget. There's a life principle that I think is relevant to everybody, and that is you reap what you sow. And so I want to encourage you to be generous and invest something into other people. Where you're confronted with situations of poverty, where you're confronted with people wanting help for charity projects, be generous. Put a small amount into your budget that you can be generous to other people and other charitable concerns. Because I believe it, I honestly believe it's a life principle. You'll reap what you sow. If you sow into other projects, into different situations where people are struggling or in grave financial or physical need, life tells you that you will reap a harvest. So I want to encourage you that with those 5 keys to successful money management: live by a budget, get rid of bad debt, surround yourself with savvy financial advisors, save and invest for your future, and be generous. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did like the content, please press the like button. If there's anything we can do to help you as we continue this journey through lockdown, please leave a comment and we promise we will get back to you. This video has been almost 15 minutes, and if you've got to the end of it, I really appreciate your attention. So God bless you, God bless your family, and we'll see you on the next video. Bye-bye.